Peace to all out there, and greetings to everyone on this beautiful new moon fall day, October 2nd. So, this is a very serious message that was just placed into my spirit while I was eating a salad for dinner. And the channel was so clear that I said, okay, I will go outside and ground myself, put my 2 feet on the grass, touch grass, connect skin to earth contact here, and share this message. So, and this is a very serious message, so I don't want people to feel like I'm being harsh or preachy, but this is something that is from the spirit of the living God and Mother Earth. So, let me just clear my throat here. So, it is October 2nd. What else happened today? A new moon. A new moon happened today as well. What happened also during that new moon? A partial solar eclipse, I believe. And what happened this past weekend? There was a comet that was visible from Friday to Monday. So, what happened around that same time with the weather? Hurricane Helen passed through the East Coast and is completely destroying what humanity has built. Let's just put it that way. And for those who are fortunate to live in an area where it didn't flood and didn't damage their property or destroy the highway and bridge that they would have to cross to get to safer, higher ground, we are very fortunate. Very, very, very fortunate. And we are being awakened to what the Spirit of the living God is doing through the natural order of things. And you have to realize that we are at the bottom. We are, okay, I won't say the bottom, but we are currently, because there are ants and worms and smaller things that we, could crush if we stepped on it. So I'm not going to say we are the bottom in that aspect, but we are towards the very bottom if you look at things in a solar, planetary, and weather perspective. And this is all happening because there is not a chance after this time to turn back, to go back, to turn around. If you are given a message and something is put in your spirit, put it back out into the world, right? And I'm trying to think of other ways to say it, but I got a message last week as well, very, very, very similar, saying if God took you out of a situation, or if you were almost sacrificed or almost killed or almost taken out or almost destroyed by something natural or unnatural, right? You need to dedicate your life to living every single day and helping others to live. So, the knowledge and information that I know, I will always share, because I was saved from a lot of things. I am currently being saved from a lot of spirits and mental attacks, a lot of things that are trying to steer me off of my path. I have been overcoming, with God, of course, the spirit of ill will the spirit of addiction, the spirit of feeling like I have to keep going in the same cycles of things. And I took the wrong approach to my spiritual journey a few times, quite a few times. And I thought that, okay, if I just pivot a little bit, then I will be able to do things differently. Or if I just go here instead of going there, or, just play it safe. There is no playing it safe. It doesn't matter where your path is and where you are on your journey. There is no playing it safe anymore. There are 2 moons in the sky. Crazy, right? No, that's something that is a new normal now. We will have 2 moons in the sky until November 25th, supposedly. But who knows what will happen during that time. It started September 29th. So September 29th to November 25th, guess what happens? We have a major election in the United States where it is not just the president or the vice president that is important and needing to be voted on. It is seats in the Senate and Congress. So literally, our whole government structure and system is up for grabs. And what have they done in the media to steer your attention away from such important things coming up very soon, in less than a month? Right? What do you see happening on TV? What do you see happening all over the media right now? People being exposed. Corrupt people in power. Influences that are as vulgar as their lyrics being brought into the light. So I want to encourage you to step out onto your own journey. I want to encourage you to block out the noise and the distractions. Because truly, the fact of the matter is, every single human being has been saved from eternal darkness. And I thank Yeshua HaMashiach every single day, and I plead the blood of them over my family and myself. Because they have intervened for me in times where I took too much of something. It should have taken me out, but all it did was give me a very terrible feeling in my stomach, or a very frightful mental nightmare until it passed through my system. There are things that I was doing, trying to just get into spirituality, that literally could have taken my soul away. So I don't take this stuff seriously. The light that was put in me was put in because it can never be taken out. The things that I have overcome was because of the work that those in my bloodline did before me, for me to be able to give back to the world. And I've gone through so many things with work, with relationships, with family, with spirituality even, that I could give advice to anyone. It doesn't matter who you are, where you come from. I could give advice to anyone. I could steer you in the right direction, set you on the right path for your life. I could be a life coach with how much I know. So I'm not saying this as someone who's naive and who's never been through anything. I've been through what I've been through. It doesn't look like it. I don't look like I've been through very much, but I'm here to tell you that if you have ever been saved from anything or taken out of situations that you had no idea about and then later found out how terrible it was, That's for a reason. That is for a reason. We are all planted with seeds inside of us. And what we choose to water is what will grow. So if you are eating from the fruits of labor that doesn't taste good, that is bitter, that doesn't yield more crops, that leaves you hungry and thirsty and chasing after other things to fill that, that means you aren't watering the right seeds in yourself. So take a step back and remove the distractions, right? Remove the things that are trying to be placed in front of you and really think about the things that are going on in the planets, in the sky, with the weather, with the environments, with people overseas, with your neighbor, with your family, with whoever and whatever you choose. But they all have the same thing in common. It is getting more violent for a reason. The darkness is coming into the light for a reason. The earth is changing humanity's course for a reason. Why do you think people who have been targeted and fought land over and almost wiped out are still alive today? Why do you think they are so protected? Because there is light within them, because there is faith within their every second of the day. And I'm not here, honestly, to debate people because I know what I know is the truth. I know that my experiences have shaped me to becoming the type of person who can detect lies, the type of person who can sense, oh, that person's up to no good. Let me get out of the way. Or someone who immediately makes their first impression and then later finds out why they were right. That's my track record. So I don't have to go outside of myself anymore to find out what I know to be true, because I'm planting the seeds that are sprouting the good fruits. And when I am comparing myself or looking at other crops, then I'm redirected back to myself, back to what I'm doing every single time. Every single time. There isn't a day in this world that I don't pray before I sleep, pray when I wake up, pray when I'm in the shower. There isn't a day that I'm not continuously in prayer. That's because I know where my strength comes from. I know where the spirit of power comes from. I know the sound mind that I have is from my higher self. And I do more now to get out of the way of others and to prioritize myself, because I know that when you focus on the external and the outer world, you are neglecting the internal and your own growth. For example, let me just make it really simple here. If you go to a job that is taxing on your body, that does not have any benefits, gives you a conflicting schedule with what you said you were available for, and also doesn't pay very well, would you be likely to make that a career? Would you be likely to stick around? No. That's the same thing as going outside of yourself for the answers. That's the same thing as looking and searching and seeking for things that are temporarily filling that opening or that gapping or that hole in your life. So, as someone who's been through addictions to toxic relationships, addictions to pleasing others, addictions to wanting to be in control, addictions to wanting more knowledge, more power, more influence, um, wanting a certain type of look, a certain type of opinion around them, a certain type of access to things. Um, I have had to change myself a lot to get on the path that I'm on right now. And I encourage you all to give back what was given to you. If you were saved from a situation that was toxic and you knew was toxic and you didn't deserve a way out, but you were given a way out, give life-saving advice that saved you back to someone else. If you were given a moment of grace, of kindness, of forgiveness, even when you didn't deserve it, give that to someone else. If you were given the knowledge to move out of the way of something before it destroyed you, before it took everything from you, give that to someone else who is in a situation that they think is mutually beneficial when it's not. And when you hear that internal voice telling you to, hey, step back from this. Hey, quit that job. Hey, move out. Hey, break up this unstable, shaky relationship. Hey, stop talking to that person. Hey, keep some of this information to yourself. Hey, sit back and observe right now. Listen to that voice. Listen to that little nudge, that little feeling of being unsettled. Listen to that, because most of the times that will be the very thing that saves your life. That will be the very, 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 very sensitive thing that opens your eyes to everything else that has been going on around you. So that was also the importance of the Know Who You're Praying To video that I posted. But also know who you're listening to. Know who you are inviting in to be your outlook on life. Where does your perception lie? Does it lie in someone who is feeding you things? Does it lie in unknown territory? Does it lie in synopsis and informational graphs and charts and data and all these things that can be manipulated and tweaked and copied? We have AI now. Nobody knows the realms and the capabilities that can go to. There's nothing stopping it currently at this time. So that is the message. And it's very imperative that you do so now, because the whole world is changing. And it will only change even further after November. And I will even say right now, I could confidently say leading up to November, we are going to know and see and hear a lot of things from places that just want to feed us information. When really, if you take a step back and look at it, where is your fear coming from? Where is that scarcity mindset coming from? Where did you learn about these things? What is the source of that? Just think about it. Just think about it. And if it's your family, I empathize with you and I feel sorry for you, but I have been through that. So again, I understand. I understand if you want to give up as well. I understand that, but know that This is not a time of doing things lightly. It is a time of leaning into the feelings and the thoughts and the uncertainty to see what's really behind that. Is it an empty shell? Is it a limiting mindset? Is it something that's just blocking you from reaching your potential? Lean in so much to it that you flip on the other side and you are able to look back on it until it is completely behind you and out of vision. That is the advice that I have. And I know it is never easy. It is never fun. It is never enjoyable to go through your toughest, hardest battles alone. But guess what? Hey, you have all of the support that you need in the spiritual realm. You have your ancestors, you have angels, you have spirit guides, you have God. You have so much around you just waiting for you to tap into it. The infinite power that you seek lies within. And once you get past the fallacy of fear, you could do amazing things in your life. And I'm not here to beat up on anyone or tell people to just keep going past their limits, but I know that you were given those limits for a reason. You were given that mindset of lack and fear and scarcity for a reason. You were given that outlook to frame yourself in a limiting way. And I'm here to tell you that you are a limitless being full of potential. And there is nothing that anyone in this world can do to stop you besides yourself. And it's not your responsibility to fight fire with fire or to go into the darkness at all. It's not your responsibility to try to change the whole world. But it is your responsibility to heal yourself. Thus, you change the world with that domino effect. And if you've never had an example of that, and if you've never had someone tell you with the spirit of love, then let me introduce myself. Hello? My name is Jaziel, and I'm here to be the light, to shine through piercing the darkness. And I am here to lead the way. Shalom.